Hi everyone, this is Denise Levy. I'm an artist and designer, and today I'm going to show you how to put together this really lovely pumpkin card. Hello Autumn is the sentiment. This is a little bit different style for me. I normally do more whimsical, cutesy things, but I just had the urge to do something a little more elegant, so this is what I came up with. I'm going to start out with this brown frame layer, and I'm going to get that glued to this light blue background piece. And this not only gives a frame to the card, but it also gives you that background pumpkin and vine and leaf layer, so you know where to place all of those elements. So once I'm happy with where I have that, I will then put glue on the pumpkin and get that down in place, and then I will put some glue behind each of the leaves. Once I'm happy with that, then I will move on to the actual pumpkin and the leaves. So you can see me just putting some glue on the top of that frame layer, and now that is ready to go. I'm going to get all these little pieces of the pumpkin. This comes together pretty easily. You have several layers for the pumpkin, which gives it a lot of dimension, and then you also have this solid green layer that creates the vine, and then the dark green layer will go last. So getting all these lined up, and there is a little bump I'm pointing out to you there on the left bottom of that pumpkin, and I think that is the easiest way, is to get that little bump lined up, and that's the easiest way to know that you've got all these layers going the right direction. So I'm going to again just put glue on the very bottom of the pumpkin, get that in position, and then I will put glue on those tinier areas. This gives me more wiggle room, and some of these vines are a little bit thinner, and so it just allows you to really get things in position. And if you don't get it, you know, perfect, remember this is something that is handmade. And I think that's kind of the charm of it, when things aren't exactly perfect. Okay, so I'm just getting a little bit of glue behind these vines and get those down where I want them. And also, if a little bit of that brown shows through, I think it just kind of adds to the dimension and the charm of the card. Get a little glue there on that very top part of the vine. The final frame layer will cover that, so it's kind of supposed to look like the pumpkin vine is coming from the top of the card. That'll make more sense in the end. So I'm going to start with this lightest shade, kind of a bright yellow, and I'm going to get that put down, and then I will just continue to layer. Now we'll go with kind of this lighter orange color, and each time I'm just trying to get that really pronounced bump out at the bottom of the pumpkin lined up. And then we'll go with just a regular orange layer, and then finally the dark orange rather layer. I'm going to get a little bit of glue behind that kind of pointy area there, and I just really love the way this looks. Just going to make sure I've got that going in the right position. Really like to dry fit stuff before I start gluing down, because I am prone to make mistakes. And we will get that piece, and then the little pumpkin part is done. This card really comes together pretty fast. Now you have the dark stem vine layer with the little cutouts, and that is the last thing you glue down. And again, I just put glue in a couple areas, and like I did on everything else, then that allows me to get those bigger areas down where they go, and then I can go through and just continue to add glue as opposed to putting glue all over that piece. I'm going to add glue, some glue on that little leaf there, and then I will work on the vines. If you purchase this card from me, thank you so much for supporting my art. If you're interested in purchasing it, it is available. Links are always in my profile, but DeniseLevyStudio.com and the Silhouette Design Store. So I'm just going to continue to go around and make sure I've got all those little vine pieces glued down, and I'm happy with that. And then I'm going to move on to the sentiment. I'm going to dry fit. This little banner piece comes in two pieces, and I just want to make sure that I have that going in the right direction. So I'm going to weed my sentiment here. I'm going to pull off the vinyl and expose that sentiment, and then I will weed all of those positive areas from each letter. I think this would be a really nice card to send at Halloween or Thanksgiving. Just perfect for any occasion during the autumn. So now I've got my transfer tape down. I'm just going to burnish that to that sentiment. I would like to burnish it on the front and the back, and which I almost forgot to do there. So now I'm going to do that. Once I'm happy with that, I will pull away that transfer tape, and then I will adhere it to this top layer of this little banner, and it just fits. So I think that looks really nice. I'm going to burnish that again, and once I think that's good, I will carefully pull up the transfer tape, and I get away with not pulling up any cardstock, which is good. I'm going to use foam adhesive to put this top layer of this banner to adhere that to the back layer, just to give it a little bit of dimension and create that shadow. And once I'm happy with that, I'll expose the adhesive there on those foam circles, and I will get that in place on this little banner. And then I will just use the liquid glue to get that onto the card, and that's just going to go right in the center, right underneath the pumpkin, in that remaining little space there between the pumpkin and the frame. And that is done. Now I'm going to get the little orange frame, which I just think finishes off this card so nicely. I'm going to again just put adhesive on the bottom of this little piece, and then I'll place that onto the card, and I will kind of tap that and stack it. That really can help get things in correct position. And then once I'm happy with that, I'll just start putting glue all the way around. And I think this little pop of color with this orange is a really nice touch to this card. I really appreciate any likes or follows here on YouTube, and I so appreciate you watching this video today. And now all I have to do is get this glued down to the card base, and then this card is complete. We'll probably add a little bit more adhesive there, get some on the top, and yeah, that is it. I think this card is just really, Really lovely. So thanks again for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.